Jackeline here. In today's video, I'm gonna be unboxing the brand new Dior Birds of a Feather Fall 2021 collection. But before we get started, and if you're new here, I hope that you can give me that opportunity and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring the post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. And now, if you want to see all the details about this collection, demo, side by side of the two eyeshadow palettes, also the two blushes and the lipsticks, then just keep on watching. Dior's Birds of a Feather Fall 2021 collection is perhaps one of the most anticipated launches of the year in the luxury world, at least. And I say that because we have been seeing sneak peeks of this specific collection since last year. In fact, there were rumors that this collection was supposed to be Dior's Fall 2020 collection, and all of a sudden it didn't came through, and we were like, okay, so is this collection coming, or is perhaps also only for the Asian market? We didn't know, and all of a sudden Dior surprised us that this is their Fall 2021 collection, and they just launched it this week. As soon as I saw it, I posted on my Instagram. I was like, oh my gosh, it's here. I know a lot of you guys, just like me, we were so looking forward to see this collection because honestly it looks so beautiful. This collection comes with two eyeshadow queens. I have them both right here. Yes, I had to pick them up, both of them. Also with two different blushes. Yes, I have them right here, and then with three different formulations of lipsticks. And I went ahead and picked up two of the different formulas. One is the Ultra Care Liquid, and also the Rouge Graphist, which is kind of like a lip liner but lip pencil, lipstick on a pencil too. I know some people thought that it was kind of like an eyeshadow situation, but it's not. And there was another one that is kind of like a lip balm with something to it. I decided to pass on it. I mean, there was so much for this collection, and along with that there were some beautiful nail polishes, three of them. I went ahead and picked up one, but I placed a second order. That's the way I did it because I was scared that, you know, if I was to, I don't know, I just had this idea that if I place my order for the makeup product and the nail polish, that my order was going to take longer to arrive or otherwise be delayed. So I decided, you know what, let's go ahead and leave the nail polish for another time. I will make sure to show it here on my YouTube channel, or most likely actually on my Instagram, because right there I keep you posted not only on the new makeup releases when something is in restock, but also I give you close-up of the products that I'm reviewing, and along with that too of nail polishes. So I went ahead and painted my nails with another color, but yes, I picked up one of the nail polishes. So if you want to know how it looks like, and stay tuned for that, because again I will be posting a picture of it along with close-up pictures also of this collection. Okay, my friends, I need to be quiet right here and start with this. I'm going to create basically two looks. I'm going to just separate what is a eyeshadow quint with a blush and one of the lipstick products, and then on the other side the other way around. So let's start first with the eyeshadow 459 Nightbird. I feel so bad to just even swatch it, but let's sacrifice ourselves. This is a beautiful kind of like olive cream. We have a champagne shade, a coral, which is just like, I mean, just these three shades alone, it will create a beautiful like everyday look. Now if you want to intensify, you use the ones at the bottom. So let's go for this shade right here, which is more kind of like teal green shade. Let's go for this shade right here that I'm super excited for. It's, like I said, a duochrome shade. See it right there. It has a beautiful shift to it. Oof, so beautiful. Let's start first with a coral tone, and I'm using my BK Beauty 202 brush, and I'm just going to place it above the crease. Sonia G Builder Pro, and I'm going to go directly to this dual chrome shade. I'm just dying to try it. Let's see how it goes. And I'm gonna place it all over the mobile lid. And I'm applying this shade completely dry first. Okay, this is the way that it's looking dry. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go for the same shade, and I'm gonna apply it now wet. Wow. This shade really reminds me of the hummingbirds, how they have this sheaf of shades under their feathers. Smith 253 brush, and I'm gonna go to this beautiful olive green shade. And again, I'm gonna apply it first dry right in the middle of the eyelid. Okay. Now I'm going back again to it, and I'm gonna wet it with some MAC Fix Plus. And immediately you get more payoff when wetting the eyeshadow. Oh, looks stunning. BK Beauty 204 brush, and I'm gonna go to the coral shade. Now this shade I'm gonna apply it on my lower lash line. Sonia G flat definer, and I'm gonna go to this bluish green shade, and I'm gonna apply it very close to the lower lash line. I'm going back again to the same shade, and I'm gonna wet it with some MAC Fix Plus. I'm just intensifying that shade. Rephr 03 brush, and I'm going to this champagne shade, and I'm gonna apply it on the inner corner as well as the brow bone. I went ahead and applied some mascara, a little bit of eyeliner. Again, everything that I'm using today will be on that description box below. But yeah, this is how it looks. I think it's pretty. It's a really, really pretty eyeshadow palette. But anyhow, let's just continue with the demo of all the rest of the products. So I want to use for blush this baby right here, which is Nude Glide. I think it's just so pretty, so stunning, and I think a really good blush for these type of looks when you have a very smoky eye look, or if you have a very intense look, or perhaps just a very simple look and you want to go with a bold lipstick, then these shades, they come, you know, so handy. I'm gonna first swatch it for you guys so you can see the shade. It does have a little bit of specks of shimmer in it. They are not chunky glitter. I'm gonna place it above right here. Take a look at it. That's pretty, but you see the beautiful sheath that it has too? It's not matte, it's kind of like satin. It does have those little specks of shimmer. I'm gonna use my BK Beauty 104 brush. And now this formula of blush right here is not Beige Gelée. It's not like the actual eyeshadows. And it has just a little bit of a rosy undertone to it. I think you can see it right there. It's not as nude or as a cool tone as, say, the new Chanel Ombre blush, the one from their fall collection that I actually went ahead and reviewed too. And it does have a little bit of a, like I said, kind of like a not super gold undertone, but a little bit of a golden undertone to it. So it actually can serve as a double purpose and just use it as, you know, blush, highlighter, but it's not emphasizing my enlarged pores. I do have a lot of enlarged pores right here, and it's not making them look bigger. It's a very flattering formulation. Oof, so beautiful. I know this eye looks like I need to do something to this eye. We will get to that. Okay, friends, and now let's go for lipstick. So I think the lipstick that I want to showcase right here for this look is the Ultra Care liquid formulation, and here is the Unicorn, and this is in the shade 483 Glide, and it comes in this beautiful packaging, the CD logo on top, red cap, and it's super pretty, and it's more like a cool tone. It's a very, very thin formula. I really love this doe foot applicator. It has a little bit of kind of like indent that it just grabs a little bit more product, so if you feel like you need more, you can go for more. And again, this is a very thin formula, that's why it's called ultra thin. And here you go, this is the final look with Nightbird. Friends, now let's do justice to this side right here, and let's go with the eyeshadow palette in Early Bird. Here's up close, same beautiful embossment. Ooh, stunning, stunning, stunning. Let's go ahead and give it a good swatch. This is a gorgeous coral shade. Then you have here a cooler tone champagne or antique gold, but very light. Beautiful pink shade. I love this kind of frosty pink shade. It reminds me a little bit to the new Tom Ford Rose Prism, or what's it called, Pop Dust. It's not called Pop Dust, it's called Rose Prism, but you know, that kind of like cool tone pink shade. And these three shades right here are more metallic. This shade right here, this khaki shade, kind of like mustard shade, you know, very grungy, is actually a matte shade. And now let's go for this eggplant shade right here. And this right here doesn't have as much flip as the other eyeshadow queen, but it does have a beautiful like eggplant, you know, kind of flip to it, purple eggplant tone. And if you're looking at like from above, you can actually see a little bit more kind of like khaki brown to it. So here it is, Early Bird. Sonia G Classic Crease, and we're going to go to the khaki shade. And I'm going to apply this as a base above the crease. Sonia G Builder Pro, and I'm going to go to the coral shade. And I'm going to apply it half of the lid towards the outer third. And I'm applying it completely dry. Now we're going to go with this same shade, and I'm going to go ahead and wet it with some MAC Fix Plus. I just want you guys to see the payoff of the eyeshadow when they are wet. You can definitely use your finger too, or even like the spongy applicators. I know they are not so fancy, but you know, they can actually pack a punch sometimes. And that shade is so pretty. It's coral, but it has some cranberry in it that, I don't know, you just have a very beautiful dimension. It's very lovely. Now using the same brush, I'm gonna go to this eggplant shade right here, and I'm gonna apply it on the outer V. Smith 253 brush, and I'm gonna go to this middle icy pink shade, and it's a cool tone pink too. And I'm gonna apply it from the inner portion of the eyelid all the way until it meets with that corally cranberry shade. It has a shift, this shade right here, this deeper shade. In the pan it looks coral, but then on the eyelid and as it flips, then it has this cranberry undertone that is so beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna go back again to this shade right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and wet it. A little bit of MAC Fix Plus. I love how icy is this shade. It just gives a very unexpected kind of shift to the eye look. So lovely. BK Beauty 203 brush, I'm gonna go to this mustardy shade, and I'm just gonna apply it on my lower lash line. Sonia G flat definer, and I'm gonna go to the eggplant shade, and I'm gonna apply it very close to my lower lash line. I can use this shade too and apply it on my upper lash line and kind of like define the top lash line. Ooh, I like that. Smoke it out really nicely. I went ahead and applied a little bit of mascara, eyeliner on, and I forgot to use this beauty right here. I'm gonna use my Refer 03 brush and go for this very cool tone champagne shade. Ooh, lovely shade right here. Like a cashmere type of shade, and I'm gonna apply it on my inner corner, brow bone. Yeah, in fact, this eyeshadow looks really good with this cool tone kind of lipstick, which it had to stay like nice, creamy, but not super creamy because it's like a very thin formulation. And with this blush right here will look kind of like more of like monochromatic look, I think. But now let's go for the blush, and this right here is 462 Coral Flight. Oh, isn't this just stunning? What a shade right here. I'm like, it's so potent, so pretty. Let me go ahead and swatch it. Oh, I feel so bad to pass my finger on it, but kind of has like a neon effect to it that I don't even know if the camera will be able to tell, but this is a very unique shade. Let me just place it above the other blush so that way you can actually see the difference. And this is a little bit more matte, so you can tell right there. Let me just switch a little bit more. And definitely it has that, because that like neon effect right there. There you go. And then below right here you have the other blush, so you can see the difference right there. Okay friends, let's go ahead and apply it. I'm going to be using my Sonia G Soft Cheek. Picked up. Let's go for it. As you can tell, it's very forgiving in the sense that it does have plenty of pigmentation. I can keep building and building, but you will not go overboard. And this one is definitely more matte than this one. This one has a little bit more of like a satin finish. This is matte. Yeah. I'm gonna apply just a little bit here on my nose. I know it looks kind of like but you can see the difference right there on the cheeks. It looks very lovely. I love this lipstick, but you know, I have to take it off so that way we can try the other lipstick. But before I do so, I know a lot of you had asked me about the blush in the shade Nude Look, to just compare it to this blush right here. So again, Nude Look has more pink in it. This one is a beautiful shade, but it's not quite as intense as this shade right here. I'm just gonna put it above so you can see the difference. Yeah, a Nude Look kind of have like a wider base or a lighter base per se. Is up there? Yeah, it's just quite different. Okay, lipstick is removed. It left me just a little bit of a stain, but I'm not too concerned about it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and show you these Rouge Graphites, and this is in the shade Vibrant Coral 344. And again, this is a lip product, which is basically a lipstick pencil. So you can use it as a lip liner if you want to, or as it's intended all over the lip. And I really was like crazy about this shade. I love coral tones, and when I saw these, I'm like, oh my goodness, it looks so beautiful. So this is completely opposite as the other shade. The other shade is more cool tone with a little bit of mauve and pink, and this one is more like boom, a little bit more neon-y. Again, it pairs really well with the blush. So let's go ahead and just go for it. This shade is so pretty, but to me it's a little bit more, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it looks a little bit more of like a summer shade, because it's very like coral, very loud and out there, but I see that it fits really well with the collection. Because say for example, if you go with, where is the eyeshadow palette? Early Bird here. Say if you just want to go with, say, this shade right here all over the crease, and then this shade as a focal point, you can use a variable lip. Or if otherwise you have the other eyeshadow palette, this right here, you can just use a little bit of these, a little bit of these, and it's just, you know, like so intense. I mean, like, I don't know, I just feel it's pretty, it's different. And in fact, it kind of reminds me a little bit to the new Chanel lipstick Low Key. In fact, I have here the Chanel Low Key, and like I said, it's not as intense as this coral shade, but it's in the same family that you have a little bit of that coral undertone. This is more muted. No, it's not as vibrant, but it's kind of the same family. And I'm thinking, is this what we're gonna see for fall? Like for most brands, see this coral shade that you know, typically we see them mostly during summertime? Don't know, my friends, but you have to let me know. And you know what? It's matte, but it's not your typical very dry matte shade. It's actually creamy. It's really creamy. Like, it's not settling in my fine lines, and it's super creamy. Really, really nice, and it's thin in formulation as well. It's very thin. So here you go, this is the final look. Okay friends, here we go, final look complete. I mean, like, shouldn't say like final look because I look a little bit weird, I guess, with, you know, one side looking very intense, the other one's very pinky. I mean, I think they both deliver. They both eyeshadows deliver so beautifully. They are, you know, unique in their own ways. Like this one right here, perhaps you can replicate a little bit more. And going into the eyeshadows, I really love the formulation. It's a Bake Chalet formula. I will highly suggest to use really good brushes, mostly natural hair bristles brushes, like say the ones from Sonia G, also Refer brushes, but also if you have really good synthetic brushes that they pick up products such as BK Beauty brushes, they are really good for this type of formulation right here. As far as which one I like the most, I think they are both very unique color stories, and I really love that Dior is bringing us, yes, their queens, the ones that they will be permanent, but when they are doing their, you know, like fall collection or as soon as holiday comes, they are bringing us something unique, something different, not only on the embossing but also on the formula, on the actual textures, the different shades. I love this duochrome. I mean, for a very classic brand as Dior to adventure into a duochrome is something very special to me, because when I talk about luxury brands, usually their makeup is more understated. It's not very loud, it's not very bold. And what I find out with this formulation is that you can go understated, yet having a little bit more color, being a little bit more playful, but not being so bold as, say, for example, if I was to just compare this shade right here, right, these duochrome right here, with, say, for example, something from Sydney Grace, and this palette right here is Tiny Marbles, which was in collaboration with Mel Thompson, and there's this shade right here called Scarab. You see the difference right there? I'm not saying that they are, you know, like exactly equal shades, but you can tell that this one right here is more like right away, more potent. So again, I have Tiny Marbles Scarab, and then I have the one from Dior. I'm not saying that they are equal because they have different undertone. This has a little bit more of like red undertone to it, but what I'm saying is that if you are not ready to adventure to something more like a little bit louder, then I would say definitely go for something like this. I think this is very versatile. Both of them, this one is more for like, I will say the one that is not ready to go a little bit bolder, you know, but both of them has its own beauty. I love both of the eye looks that I created. I think they are honestly stunning. Formulation is beautiful. I didn't have any fallout, any troubles. You saw them applying them dry, and they have all the pigmentation that I needed it, and then a little bit wet just to give more intensity. I think they are gorgeous. Going into the blushes, I never find any problems using Dior blushes. I think Dior blushes are one of the best blushes in the market. They are really nice, and this is no exception. I really love that they gave us two different blushes. Again, this one right here will go for whatever look you pretty much want. It's not, again, as cool tone as, say, the new Chanel Ombre. This has a little bit more of a warmer tone, pinkier in tone, but I love how, you know, it reflects the light without emphasizing those fine lines, large pores, and texture. And then this matte shade right here is a little bit unexpected. Again, neon-y, beautiful. I mean, you can use it honestly all year round. Pigmentation is there, but it doesn't go too overpowdering that it will be like too much. Honestly, a stunning shade right here. I'm so elated. And then as far as the lipstick goes, I really, again, love the lipsticks. I love, this is the first time that I'm trying this formula, and I really like it because it's thin and it doesn't feel drying, yet it's matte, but it doesn't look like, you know, like chalk. Because this shade right here is, again, a little bit more intense, a little bit more neon-y, but not too much. It looks really well with my skin tone. I do have a little bit more of like a warmer skin tone. And then this shade, wow, stunning shade with that cool tone pink, leaning a dash mauve, but not really mauve. You know, it's a very, very unique shade. It has a little bit of purple in it, making it a shade that it will go really well with a lot of cool tone looks. Sometimes, you know, it's really hard to find something for cool tones or something even with purple, you know, like eyeshadow looks. This one, I'm sure it will look amazing with purple eyeshadow looks, like stunning, completely stunning. I'm so elated about this collection. I think one of the best collection of this year. I love absolutely everything from quality, presentation, uniqueness, variety that they are giving us. You will definitely not go wrong with any of the products right here. And now, my friends, I would love to know from you, have you gotten anything from this new Dior Birds of a Feather Fall 2021 collection? Which pieces have you gotten, or which pieces you're putting on your wish list? Let's continue the conversation on the comment section down below. And while you're at it, and if you haven't done so yet, I hope that you can give me that opportunity and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. If you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, share it with family and friends. And until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day.